mathematicians. Have you noticed that we haven't talked much at all about two very special types of lines, horizontal and vertical lines? Now, here are two lines. This one is horizontal and this one is vertical. What do you imagine is the equation and the slope for each of these lines? Hey, pause me and give it a try. Come back once you think you know, or if you have tried a few things and you feel stuck. All right, come on, pause me and take some time. Okay, welcome back. Here we go. The equation for the horizontal line is y is equal to 2, and the slope is equal to 0. The slope is 0. For the vertical line, the equation is x is equal to -2, and the slope is undefined. Now, if you got both of these correct and you feel good to go, you can pop out of the video. I'll see you in a bit. Okay, let me share some strategies of how I think through what the equation is going to be and how I figure the slope. Now, for me, it's really helpful to make a table. So I'm going to start with the horizontal line and just make a quick little table of some xy values. And to get xy values, I'm just going to put some points on the line. I'm going to put a point here, I'll put a point here, and one here. Now, I'm going to look at each of these points and think about the coordinates. This first point, the x value is -3, and the y value is 2. For the middle point, the x value is 0, and the y value is 2. And for the rightmost point, the x value is 3, and the y value is 2. So I look at this and I go, guess what? We don't care what the x value, whatever the input is, whatever the x value is, the output is always 2. And that's why the equation is y equals 2. We don't care at all about the x value. Whatever comes in, all we care about is the y is equal to 2. Okay, that's where the equation came from. Let's think about slope. All right, I'm going to think about my change in y. If I go from the first point to the second, that change in y is 0. And my change in x is I'd have to add 3. So my slope is change in y over change in x, which is equal to 0 over 3. 0 divided by any number is 0. So the slope is 0. And that makes intuitive sense to me because if I think about slope being telling me about the steepness of the line, this is a perfectly flat line. It really doesn't have any steepness. The slope is 0. Okay, let's do something similar for the vertical line. I'm going to start with an XY table. And let's just do the same thing. Let's put some points on here. I'm going to put one here, and one here. And let's read the coordinates off. I'm going to start at the bottommost point. And the coordinates for that point is, let's see, the x value is -2. And the y value is -3. The middle point, the x value is -2. And the y value is 0. The topmost point, the x value is -2, and the y value is 3. Hey, is this vertical line a function? No. So this is so interesting. So here's an example of a line that's not a function because every input doesn't have exactly one output. All right, so going back to the same idea, for this line, all we care about is the value for x. No matter -2, any value for y can come out. And that's why the equation for the line is x is equal to -2. Let's think a little bit about the slope. Let's see, change in y, if I go from -3 to 0, that's a change of +3. Here my change is 0, okay? So change in y over change in x for slope, that's equal to 3 divided by 0. Can we divide by 0? It's 0. Remember, dividing by a number is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So, and the reciprocal is a number you've got to multiply by the other number to get 1. So what do we multiply 0 by to get 1? Nothing. There's no such thing. So that means 0 does not have a reciprocal, and dividing by 0 is undefined. So that's why this slope is undefined, because we can't calculate a slope for it with the change in x being 0. Now this kind of makes intuitive sense to me. I think about a vertical line as standing on a cliff looking over it. And I think, oh my gosh, I'm looking into the abyss. I'm looking into the undefined. All right, so we just talked about two very special lines, horizontal and vertical, thinking about the equation for a horizontal and vertical line and its slope. Now, I hope this video has given you some strategies for thinking through horizontal and vertical lines so that you too can come up with the equation and figure out the slope. Mathematicians, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.